Streets of Cincinnati, welcome to the jungle! Let's go. Stripes, 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 yeah. Stripes, 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 yeah. Stripes, 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 yeah. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and stripes. Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every game day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle dripping heat, tigers stripe the city streets. East side stand up, west side stand up. If you reppin' who day, time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Who they in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like an arm? Stripes. Now who wanna move crossing arms? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange upon 'em, bingo bought 'em, never stopping till the beast on feasting on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossing on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like an arm? Now who wanna move crossing arms? Now who wanna move on? Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Bengals. And if you were with us when we were winning, then you better be with us when we're losing. All I got to say. Now, this show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys, if you found the show, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm up to 1,414 subscribers. That is awesome. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. We're also doing super chats in the YouTube channel chat, so give me a super chat if you guys are interested and wanting to support what I'm doing. And if you really want your comment read, give me a super chat. Now, yesterday they lost. It sucks. We had a great football weekend. I had the Bearcats and game day and all that, and the Bearcats hung on to win, but they still won. And then we had what happened yesterday with the Bengals. So, with both those things going on, normally I have a man, Cap, on with me, which he's still here, but we also got Josh from Back Row Bengals. So let me bring them both on here. What's up, Cap?
What's going on?
Same old stuff. Just trying to put a YouTube channel together here and not fighting, but discussing things with people on Twitter. So we got to bring Josh in here real quick too.
Absolutely.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
What up? Well, we're see Cap is preparing. He's been pre-gaming for a little while now, so he's ready to go
every day by week.
You understand that? You completely understand that this week.
All right, guys. What's your thoughts? Cap, go first. What's your thoughts on the Bengals game? Then Josh, give us your thoughts on the Bearcats this weekend. Go ahead, Cap.
On the Bengals, that's broad. You just throw me out in the deep end like that?
Go for it, man. Hey, I got to throw you out there. Sink or swim, brother.
I tell you what, we can start there, and we can go back to Josh, and then we can see how it goes, because there's so much to say. Everybody said it. We've had people, wondering what throws Chase should have got, what he shouldn't have gotten, why we're broken, why it's Zach Taylor, why it's not Zach Taylor, and it's not Zach Taylor. Just the class of the Cleveland fans, or the lack of. It's a lot to digest, but it was ugly. It was an ugly game from the beginning. I really can't say anything, but that Joe Burrow pick six set the tone.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the only mistake the offense made. I know people are going to look at the defense, and I agree. We've got to tackle better. We've got to be better. We've got to be in better positions. We've got to be able to shed blocks. Holy cow. There weren't guys swarming to the ball like we've seen, because they couldn't get off their blocks. You're going to have that against a tough offensive line like that. And they were playing so many tight ends so often that it caused problems. I think Logan Wilson even said that. I'm sorry, but we've got to fix that. We've got to find a way around that, because they're going to do it again in Cleveland. And that game's going to be muy importante for the playoffs. I just learned Spanish today. So
Very good.
We got to do something about it, because we don't want to have to sit through that again.
No.
That was rough.
That was rough.
Joe Burrow deserves the criticism.
Yes.
And again, I do not care about giving that, because I know this dude. It's like criticizing Einstein for a flaw in a formula. He's got it.
The thing is, like we talked about before the show started, Cap, you can't give up almost 10 yards a carry to Chubb. I mean, he averaged 9.5, 9.6, somewhere around. It was almost 10 yards a carry. You do that, and I don't want to hear this crap. Oh, Baker Mayfield did this, Baker Mayfield did that. Chubb averaged almost 10 yards a carry. That's not Baker Mayfield. Sorry. All right, Josh, you were at a game day from the get-go, man. Tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, it was absolutely insane. So we got up. I was at my buddy's house in Clifton at about 4:30 in the morning, and we got up, and we were like, all right, we're going to leave at 4:45. We're going to get there at 5, and we're going to be good. We're going to get into the pit. Like, we're going to be good to go. We get to game day, which is at McMicken Commons, and I'm sorry if I sound a little off, because I've been screaming since, Friday.
That's all right.
And,
you just sound like you smoked like 12 cigarettes before you started.
Yeah, right. I don't even smoke, And,
today's show brought to you by Camel.
Facts, man. We're going to need a couple of them after that, Sunday loss. I'll tell you that.
Exactly.
But yeah, I get there. The line just to get into the pits at game day was past McMicken Commons, past TUC, past Swift Hall. And if you know UC's campus, you know exactly how far that is. If you don't, I mean, that's about like a half mile to 3/4 of a mile down there. And this is at 5 in the morning. 5 is freezing. Like my testicles look like ice cubes. Like when I got there, it was really bad. But the railing that behind the pit, there was separation, and then there was another railing, and nobody was there. So we're like, forget this. We're gonna sit right there. So we got in there, and then we sat there, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited. And I gotta tell you, those 4 hours of sitting there in the brisk November cold were well worth the wait. I gotta tell you, the crowd was insane. It was bumping every single time they talked about a team that was either in front of us or a team we didn't like. We let the game day crowd let them know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anytime it was Oregon, it was a constant Stanford chant. And every time Ohio State came on, we were booing as hard as we could. Sorry, Cap, but I mean, we were booing as hard as we could. But it was absolutely incredible. And then Saban came on. When Saban came on, just the sheer magnitude of the amount of hate I heard come from behind me was insane. And then And then Bear, the guy who makes all the picks, who's
He got
lost us
booed a lot.
we're taking full credibility for it. We hate that guy. He's lost us a ton of money. I'll tell you that. And he said the Bearcats were worse than Fresno State and BYU. Like, get the hell out of here.
Get out of
Get
here.
the hell
And he
out
wondered
of here.
why he was being booed.
Right.
Right, exactly. He's like, I don't know why I'm being booed. I'm like, you really don't? You really don't? You're 16 for 28 on the season, boss. Like, how about you start making some correct picks and winning us some money instead of sending me right into debt? How about that?
Exactly.
The game day atmosphere was absolutely the most incredible thing I've seen in a very long time as a Bearcats fan.
All right.
I'll let you answer Orange Arrow.
Yeah,
Buffalo
Arrow's got a
Trace.
question for you. Go. I talked over you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Buffalo Trace.
There you go. That's a very, very important. Let's get the chat crew here is blowing up. Let's get to some of these questions here or statements. Titus, our defense was trash. Our linebackers, they made no type of play. Ain't even get no more pressures on Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
It's all Friday. One time in the game. What? All Friday. I don't know. One time in the game. We need help on defense. What trade deadline can you come up with? We should have got. I don't think the trade deadline would have helped us. I mean, honestly, we talked about this a little bit before, and Cap mentioned it too. The swarming defense that we've had at the beginning of the season was not there last couple games, and like Cap said, the guys are having a hard time getting off of their blocks. It seems like to me.
I saw that against Cleveland. There were some play, especially the big one that Chubb broke. Guys were just stonewall. But again, I saw a couple guys trying to release, and they're getting held. Normally, when you're trying to get away the other direction to go after the guy, that's a flag. But hey, I can sit here and say that there are a million things that I would like to see flagged, and it would not have made a difference at all. So don't even think that I think that has anything to do with it. We shot ourselves in the foot. And I think it tells us more. That game was more us losing than it was the Browns winning. And I don't mean to take away anything from the Browns because they played the perfect game with what we gave them. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't be more efficient than that. Baker, that was a beauty to Peoples-Jones.
Yep.
No lie. Chubb, he's hard to tackle, and he proved it. They did what they needed to do, but man, we made it easy. We just kept giving them the ball.
The frustrating part was I rewatched the game a little bit, and like the first drive, I'm like, oh yeah, we're going to get 6 here. We're driving down the field is perfect, and then they had the pick 6. All right, well, second drive, same thing. We're driving all the way down the field and we score. I'm like, all right, we're tied up, no big deal. Our defense couldn't stop them, and if you keep giving the ball over, you lose the turnover battle. Two things: you lose the turnover battle, and you don't stop the run. 90% of the time, you're going to lose.
Yeah,
and I mean that's it right there. That's what it comes down to.
And go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, and not only that, Jared kind of mentioned it down here. The turnovers were in a really, really bad spot. I mean, that's a pick 6 on your first opening drive when you're inside the 5. The Jamar Chase fumble was inside of our own 20. Mm-hmm. Those are terrible spots to give that ball up. And I mean, on a defense that, I got to say, like on a couple of those, I mean, they did make some stops and they forced the Browns to kick a field goal. But I mean, you can't keep doing that the game over and over, especially how bad this defense played and how bad the defensive scheme was. And, as good as Lou has been, these last 2 games have been something that we've seen from years prior. Mm-hmm. And it's hopefully it's a trend that he gets fixed. And that's why I think this bye week is coming at the perfect time.
I mean, I'll let Cap get this question here in a second. But one thing, we were having a conversation. Me and Cap were having a conversation with somebody on Twitter. I don't even remember who it was. I had lots of different conversations on Twitter today. But me and Cap are saying all these things are fixable, which they are. And the guy came back. He goes, "What makes you think that?" I said, "The Ravens game. Right there. I mean, if that team can play that good, then they can get back to that again. They're just not making the same plays. They're not doing the same stuff they were doing then. You can get there. They've done it. We've seen them do it. And it wasn't for one game. It was consistent. So I'm not worried. I think we can come back. Go ahead.
It's the same thing that made me not worry about Chase from preseason and makes me not worry about Chase now. I've seen tape. I've seen tons of tape. We've all seen Jamar Chase with some spectacular grabs. You don't just forget how to catch the football. He's been doing it since he's how old?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he's got a rough spot, a rough game, a rough patch, whatever, I'm not worried about it. It's more where, hell, I think the team might need a sports psychologist or psychiatrist. I'm a huge fan of psychiatry because you know what? Get right in your head. Yeah, get your mentals squared away.
Have you gotten autographs from him? You got all your autographs from your favorite psychologists?
Yeah, no. They're all dead.
All right, let's get the big Mike's question here. It's a Cap. What did Burrow say heading into the tunnel? FJM, you said you had a story.
So here's the thing. This could be nothing. But you know what? So many fans who I've said it before, the negative fans are like, oh, he looks confused. They're looking through a helmet and a face mask. Oh, that guy looks sad. I'm like, how do you see that? The dude's wearing a fucking Oakley tinted. You can't see that. So guess what? I saw something. I'm gonna think I saw something.
There you go.
He's coming off the field, and a couple things. Number one, that entire game, I don't remember hearing anybody boo. I was shocked. Maybe
no, nobody did.
Yeah, I was shocked. To me, it was like a turning point for the fans.
I think everybody kept expecting them to come back. That's the thing. Everybody believed that they could.
And I think a lot of us did.
Yeah.
A lot of us know we had the ability to do that, and I thought that was impressive from the fan base. But then also completely lost my train of thought. Didn't hear any boos. Oh, and again, so many fans stuck around and clapped for the team as they went back in the tunnel.
Yep, we were all standing there. Yep.
All of it. We were upset. It sucked, but so many people stayed. More I think than normal.
Yeah. So you were talking about your Joe Burrow
clapping
story.
And Joe is coming off the field.
Okay.
And normally he might glance up. He'll hear his name. He might point, but he looked right at us.
Mm-hmm.
And at us is me, wife, and how many hundreds of people behind me. I'm not
in your general direction.
Yeah, I'm not that dude. Oh, he's totally looking at me.
But you're a big, tall dude with a beard and an orange jacket. So you kind of stand out.
I do kind of look.
You're on the video board now, Cap. Like you're famous. You're it, man.
I don't know about it, and I don't know about famous.
All right, okay, Mr.
I'm PBS famous, maybe. Yeah. That's I wear a bright orange suit. I'm easy to spot, so maybe he did see me, and maybe he did look up. But we're all clapping, and I gotta try to act. I gotta try to. This is my debut. Exactly, this is my debut, and it was this cocky, pissed off, like they got him, and I got a beard, so you can't see the mouth, but he's like, yeah, all right,
we'll get him.
Yeah, just wait, just next time.
Yeah,
he nodded his head, he looked up, he's like, oh yeah, all right, let's go. Almost like he saw my tweet, like, oh no, Joe, and somebody told him. I'm like, oh shit, did his parents? I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, but it's true. It gave me that feeling. I know he didn't see it, but it gave me that feeling that he saw me say, Joe, you can't do that. And you're like, all right, let's see. Let's hit this bye. Let's tweak some things, and let's see the second half. And I'm going to show all of you that
you need to beep again.
Yeah, exactly. I need to just buy a button, like a physical button. That was so much fun. That's me on a regular basis. Like y'all don't understand. Like you're like, oh my kid wants to meet you. I'm like, I swear like a sailor all the time. Like, I'm so sorry, I'm not good at this, but I appreciate everybody who. But yeah, I just knowing Burrow, I can't find the art. I'm not looking for the article, but I wouldn't be able to find it if you put a gun in my head. But there was a sports science article, a company that does, it's not the Wonderlic testing. They do a better testing about processing speed in football. And they tested him. He tested off the charts, like actual usable football intelligence and processing. This dude is going to fix it. Like I don't worry about saying, hey, you need to throw that first pass to Jamar closer to the sideline. He had it. Although, look at that replay, and man, tell me that any one of y'all could not have run that route better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But he went toward the other sideline, and his little cutback, he wasn't losing anybody with that. Chad Johnson would have left that dude grasping at air. He would have crossed him up so much, the guy would have been rethinking his career choice. And Jamar let him stick with it. So maybe Jamar could have created more separation to make that easy. I realize it's Ward, but look at the replay. Look at that play again. Jamar could have sold that better going the other direction. But Burrow's got to put that ball more outside, just a little bit more outside.
Yeah.
And it
Well,
would
that-
at least
that
it would
to
have been
me-
a pick six.
That to me, he's kind of like last year. He was really good at spreading the ball out to everybody. And now we talked about this before, and not to steal your thunder here, Cap, but we said it before the broadcast too. Burrow and Chase, if they both do it perfect, you can't stop them, and they've done that. I don't know how many times this year, a lot, where he would just make a throw, and the only one's getting is Chase. The only who knows it's coming is Chase, because he'll throw the ball before Chase even gets out of his break. Their last two games, that hasn't been there like it was. And to me, that's when it's not there. I think he needs to try to go to T and TB a little more, and try to get them a little more involved. That's just my thoughts. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much nailed it on the head. It's the spreading of the wealth. But I kind of want to go back. I'm going to combine both Cap, your, and Ice's point. We have to remember, these guys are rookies. I mean, Joe Burrow's on his 19th game. I think it's his 19th game playing. Jamar Chase is a rookie. I mean, these guys are going to make a lot of mistakes, but we know that this is the future of the franchise. Now, you're right, Cap. If he throws just a tad outside, instead of starting the game down 7-0, we're starting it up 7-0. And in the NFL, that's everything. I mean, it really is. That could change the entire trajectory of the ball game.
Oh yeah, he said he wanted that ball back. So
Right,
he knows
exactly.
He knows what he did. And the thing is, I bet he threw that play 10, 15 times in practice on the money outside every single time. And for whatever reason, hey, maybe he needs this bye week.
I think we all need a bye.
I think we all do.
Yeah, I think this is the best bye week in NFL history, to be honest.
Oh, dude, perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
I mean, I thought it was perfect timing before the season started. It hits right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Yeah, that's right where you want.
Unfortunately, because of what happened the past 2 weeks. Yeah,
exactly. I'll get Natty here. He said this game showed that the Bengals need more talent on both sides of the ball. Well, yeah, but I mean,
you can say it about any team.
You can say it about any team. And the thing is, the thing for me is Bengal fans have moved the goalpost on the Bengals. If you look at the beginning of the year and if you were told you'd be 5-4 at the bye week, 99.9% of you guys out there watching this show would be like, sign me up. The thing is,
Strawberry.
We got so good, and everybody's, we can go here. Okay, so that's the thing. The Bengals didn't change. Our expectations changed, which that's fine. We're fans. They're supposed to, but the process is still there. I still believe we can make the playoffs. I still think we can. Now, my 11-5, I don't know that. Like I said, I look at things through orange-colored sunglasses. That's probably a bit much. They might not get there, but they're going to be closer to that than the 2 wins that Sports Illustrated gave us. So, I mean, that's where we all got to go, okay, these guys, like Josh said, these guys are first year, second year. It's a young team. They're coming together. They're getting better. Next year, I think they're going to be really good. And who knows what happens this year. The season's not over yet. It's not over. We got a whole other half. So
if they click, if they can put it together, and hey, I wish I was in the film room, because in 2015, when everything was working, if you go back and watch the film, especially the All-22, and watch the routes the receivers were running, they were trying to get I felt like they were trying to get open every single play, every one of them. Every one of them expected the ball. Every one of them ran the route to get open. Marvin Jones, completely underrated route runner. And everything finally started to click. Execution was there. And it's funny because it kind of builds on itself. They were feeling good. They were winning games. They were playing better. They were winning more games. Yet it just kept going over and over, back and forth. We need to get that. We're not quite there yet. We got hit in the mouth big time against the Jets, and then shot ourselves in the foot against. I mean, yeah, you could actually say we shot ourselves in the foot against the Jets too. You know, that late pick and this early pick, and that's not who Joe Burrow is. I do not believe that is Joe Burrow, and I guarantee the man fixes it.
He said Zach said in his press conference, we're going to fix this.
Yeah.
Look at Doug's comment here. Hold on, John. Let me get Doug's comment here.
No, yeah, you're good. Don't worry.
If to say we as fans move the goalpost, you probably are correct. But to go out 1 week and look as good and then go out the next week and look so bad, if so bad is just hard to understand. Yeah, I understand. I agree with you. I'm not saying you're right. You're right.
I love that comment as a fan.
Yeah.
Because it's 100% accurate.
Yeah.
It's not overly emotional. It's hard to understand. I'm a positive fan. It is hard to understand. Like, you're not calling anybody names. You're not calling anybody out. You're not saying anybody needs fired or cut. It's hard to understand. Yeah. I don't get it. I don't get how on earth I would have been madder than hell from the Jets. Put me in a uniform.
Get him out there.
Get the Browns and watch me tackle Nick Chubb. I'm serious. I would have done it. Now, people say the whole, Joe's pros versus Joe's and everybody, oh, can you hit the age-old question on Twitter, can you hit a major league fastball? Stuff. I don't care.
I want to try.
I'll
try.
In my own body, wrapping myself around his ankle and telling him horrible dad jokes until he gives up and kneels on the field if I have to. I'm bringing Nick Chubb down.
Natty says the Browns have a ton of high-end corner talent and pass rushers. Well, I mean, okay,
they're a talented team,
but we handled them early.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not talented, but I mean, also, if we had as many first-round number one overall picks as the Browns did, we would be that talented too.
Yeah, that matters. But our O-line handled them when the game was close. We let it get out of hand, and that plays exactly into how the Browns are built. We let them.
They want to run the ball.
Yeah.
And yet Myles Garrett still only had 4 pressures.
Yeah. Jonah Williams played, and nobody's giving Jonah Williams credit. Jonah Williams played a hell of a game.
You're the dude, Jonah.
Yes,
cool.
Jonah. For all the people that were worried about Jonah Williams, the left tackle, you don't worry about it. He's our left tackle. Go ahead, Josh.
Also, if we want to talk about the offensive line, guess who played 100% of the snaps? And I didn't even realize this. Akeem Adeniji. He played 100% of the snaps on Sunday, and you didn't hear his name. I didn't even know he was out there. And you know what? As an offensive lineman, that's a really good thing. I mean, this offensive line group
didn't like him.
Yeah, PFF didn't like him at all.
He didn't like him at all?
No, he got a bad PFF grade. I mean, to be honest, nothing against Adeniji, but he hadn't played. It's the first game he's played all year.
Right.
And Zach, like Zach said, it's kind of hard for him to come out and do it. And I honestly, I don't know this for a fact, in my own personal opinion. I think Jackson Carman's back might be hurting him a little bit more than we let on to believe. That's why I think Adeniji started.
Be careful with his – I mean, a back is a big thing to an offensive lineman. Be careful with it now. You've got somebody else to plug in. Let him get to 100% and make sure, this – if we're not going to win a Super Bowl this year, no reason to wreck a dude's back.
Yeah. And look, I got no problem. So somebody says that they're all in it for Adeniji. I'm like, hey, that's fine. If Adeniji is the best guy – that's cool with me. I don't
and
care.
His girlfriend has the coolest jean jacket with his number on it I've ever seen.
Oh, I got
just saying. Good work. I can't remember her name, but excellent work.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. I want to jump back to when we talk about the rest of the season. I mean, and Twitter is so pessimistic. And here's the thing: after losing to the Browns, I get it. In Paul Brown Stadium, I get that. But here's the thing. You went out in the division. You're 7-1. We're the only ones in the division that still are in the driver's seat. You go 7-1. You win the AFC North. You have Baltimore and Pittsburgh coming back home. And you have a revenge game in Cleveland. You can do the same thing to them as they did to you, and you can lock up the North. Everything is still here.
Still there. Yeah,
it's still here. We lost 2 in a row, bad losses, but we're there. We're right there.
Now the problem though with fans and. We all, even the positive fans, got it. There's that little old Bengals fan that's like, this is serious and this is permanent. I even tweeted that out. Like, I don't know that our defense isn't permanently broken. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
It's that little voice saying, well, that's all good, Josh, but we're not going to. We're going to lose all these games. The thing is, just like you said, Ice, the Ravens game. We've proven that we can play at that level. We can
Mhm.
execute at that level. So
The Green Bay game we did too. I mean, we lost.
Yeah.
But that's the thing too, is everybody's
Yeah.
losing their mind about this game. This is the first game that we didn't lose by 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
the decision
yes.
is in that locker room. They
Yeah.
can decide in this bye week what team they want to be. And I can't remember. Somebody even tweeted that. You know, they get to decide what team they want to be. They can decide that. They can come out in the second half and they can say, you know what, every play, every down, every tackle, they're going to execute to the fullest of their ability and to do exactly what you said, Josh. Flip the script, you know, take the one in Cleveland, you know, sweep the rest of the division and win of the division, go to the playoffs. They can do it.
There you go.
They absolutely can. Our pessimism, our previous hurt feelings, it's like, no, they can't. No, they can't. Yeah, they can. They totally can. We don't. Our little voice in our head, the little devil on our shoulder, they don't care about that. The little tiny red tiger with it. I don't know. I'm way off. They don't care about that.
Right.
They're going to go out and play because they want to win and they want to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Titus says, I'm praying next year we get a new defensive head coach because the head coach we got, he's average, and we don't want average on our squad.
Okay, all right.
Defensive coach or good?
Yeah, I think he's talking about Lou. Okay, I understand that completely, but that is the same defensive coordinator that held the Steelers to 10 points and held the Ravens to 17 points. If he had the same performance that he's had this entire year, all the way up these past 2 games, I completely understand it. And Titus, I get it 100%. Lou Anarumo is definitely a big question mark, but he has shown that he can put together a really damn good defensive scheme. Now he needs to go into the bye week and he needs to adjust and do exactly what the players need to do. You need to adjust. It's football. It's how you adhere to adversity. That's how good your team is. What is Lou going to do with this adversity? Because last year, in a really bad year, he had heard to adversity and got a win against the really hated Steelers, who then went into the playoffs. And I got to tell you, the Steelers losing to Cincinnati sent them in a spiral in which they lost in the first round of the playoffs in their house. So I got to say,
Browns.
Right, yeah, you're welcome, Browns. Exactly. So I would say I get it. The question mark is still on Lou. However, I don't think it's time to say we need a new defensive coordinator.
Yeah, you can't just flip like that after 2 games when there's been more good games. Let's be honest, there's been more great games than 2 bad games. Now if it keeps going in this direction, then talk to me at the end of the season. But right now, no, you can't say that. And this is coming from a guy who called him Armadillo all of last year. Right. I'm with Lou, so I like that. I get you there, Cap. All right. Eric Griffin here. What do you guys think? The Bengals finished 10-7.
Oh, I think
10-7. Yeah. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah,
I'm going down with that ship.
That ship or that chip?
Ship.
Well, here's the thing. You look at going down that. Whatever, man.
Things are getting weird. What is in this? I
need something.
This is my first one. I swear.
That looks good, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm drinking what you want to be drinking. I mean, let's take a look at the remaining schedule. So you got to go to Vegas. You got what the hell is that?
Who dey? Hey,
Cap's like, look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
I'm gonna be Burrow. I don't know.
You got 6 of your remaining 8 coming back to Paul Brown Stadium. You got Kansas City, who has looked awful. You got Chargers, who have come back down to earth. And then you got Pittsburgh, who you've already beat 24-10. You got Baltimore, who you beat 45-17. This team could absolutely 100% go 10-7. I think they'll do better. But yeah, absolutely. I think they'll go 10-7.
I feel like the worst type of team built, they're built, is the Browns for the way we're built. And I don't see another team that we play like that, which means good things. Now it depends. If we have to see them in the playoffs, we better figure it out. Absolutely. Having all those games at home, regardless. I mean, the Chargers are going to be tough. Herbert looks great. I realize they've stumbled lately, but I still think they have the firepower. Yeah. But I feel like we match up better with them than we do Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. And the thing is, what do you think Chiefs fans are doing right now? Are they going nuts and wondering what's going on with their team?
No, there's the I keep saying it. I'm going to beat a dead horse, and no, don't. I wouldn't beat a dead horse. Peter, don't go on my Twitter. That's it. You've got Andy Reid, you've got Eric Bieniemy, you've got Patrick Mahomes. These guys, I see people
You got
asking,
Jackson
well,
Mahomes.
oh God, that dude.
Yeah.
We need to scheme these wide receivers open. I'm like, how creative can you get I get it. You throw out a play here and there to get somebody open, but every single play we have to run weird rub routes or misdirection and unbalanced line to try to get people looking the other direction. And it's constantly just to try to fool linebackers to glance in the wrong spot for one set because our guys can't get up. Nah, I don't buy that. You've got Andy Reid, you've got Eric Bieniemy, who everybody agreed forever are the most amazing play design, play callers.
Right.
And
now
because
they suck.
the players are not executing.
Right.
They're not getting it done.
Right.
It's all about execution. Execution can cover up horrible flaws, but you know what? Those flaws would be evident going against elite teams. We would lose close games against elite teams consistently, and eventually people would be calling for the coach to go out the door. Right. We got to execute before we can talk about that.
Exactly.
Right.
Brandon,
how dare you talk? Hold on. Cap, how dare you talk about the Chiefs offense and not mention the GOAT himself, Travis Kelce? How dare you? How dare you?
Bad Cap.
Did I see some negative stats on him too? The expected I can't remember. It wasn't EPA. Maybe it was EPA, but he had a negative attached to him too. I mean, the whole thing's just not functioning.
Oh yeah,
and it's the same coaches,
right?
Yeah. Same
coach, same scheme, same everything, but it's not working out.
Yeah. I think the defense is much worse than it is than they've had years prior. And then on top of that, when your defense is a lot worse, your offense is going to struggle. So then it all kind of spirals down.
And Mahomes is trying to be too cute. From the games I've seen,
Jackson or Patrick.
Boom.
Doing some TikTok dances, man. I should start doing that. Maybe. Start doing TikTok dances like on games.
No, I'm on TikTok. Nobody sees me dance. So.
I had to break out the coming to America when Eddie Murphy, dresses up to the Jewish guy and
I love that freaking movie.
Oh, Eddie Murphy's the GOAT.
Good morning, my good people. Hey, you. Yes.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt at PBS. Anytime I heard a woof, like
oh God. Yeah, we get into the Browns fans. I mean, they for most about 90% of the Browns fans are fine, but like we literally had one come down.
Great ones follow me on Twitter that they apologize. I'm like, I would do the same. It's just they know it. Some of these Browns fans know it. Like,
we literally had one come down. We're standing there cheering in our own section. Literally come down and walk by Arrow and Dale and me and bark. And I'm like, I said, dude, go back over there. I said, stay over there. I said, you can cheer all you want over there. You don't have to come over here by me. I was like, you won.
I don't want your COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. Or your Lake Erie herpes.
Oh,
just leave it over there. Don't get in my face. But yeah, and you know what? Hey, since it's a show and we don't have to tag him, he doesn't have to get any more. Yeah, this Andre dude trying to talk about Tony. Andre,
dude.
I got a one finger salute for you in my pocket.
Yeah,
it's a family show.
Yeah, I mean,
so I'm not gonna show it, but dude,
how cool was it that
Kick Rock
Twitter Bengals Twitter came after him?
Yes. Yes.
And you know what? Okay, I'm not going to tell anybody. Yeah. My way is not the right way. It's a way, and it's just me personally being sick and tired of the media dragging us. The people like that thinking that they can make fun of our fans. A good dude, Tony's such a good dude.
So nice.
Tony's so nice. We all know him. He's awesome.
Like,
so nice.
So when he was partying with us at Bengal Bomb Squad, he worked hard to organize a fundraiser to give back to military to vets. He wanted to do that on his own. It's not like anything where we're trying to get clout, we're trying to do what. No. He just did that on his own and found a way to get good prices on memorabilia. It was a wonderful event. And like, he paints his face.
Mm-hmm.
I wear a Amazon suit that look like a dude in a commercial. It's not even cool.
I wear
like,
a
it's
I
not
carry
like
a
Batman or
sound
Bengals.
around. I carry a sign around and get in people's faces the whole
Well,
day.
bro, but
Like,
you're legit. This guy, literally, I went through his Twitter because that's what I do. And no, it didn't take me a while. Search her. I am a Google foo. You put me in front of a search bar, I'm going to find something about everybody in a second. And he's got buddies who were dressing up and wearing stuff for, I think it was Indians games. It said
from the web.
inning. Oh, my goodness. Said my smart speaker heard me. Like, I said Google. Don't say anything. Anyway, I'm not having an argument with Google. What am I doing? What in the hell's in? Anyway, so he's like, oh, well, I'll join you. Maybe I'll wear the mask. But, he didn't call them out. He didn't drag them. Oh, just because your team won. Curb stomped us. Like, get me wrong. Enjoy the win. Enjoy curb stomping a team that was feeling good about itself and thought we were going to get it. You got us. Hey, cheers. You got us.
Right.
But really, Tony didn't do anything to him. Tony, it's on TV. I've seen the big, and then the morons. You're all morons. I'm going to use the word. So in other words, my path isn't the only path. I'm rude sometimes. I will go after people sometimes. I'm sick of being just absolutely everybody dragging us.
Mm-hmm.
We don't deserve this.
Right.
So guess what?
Right.
Some people might be nice. I'm not going to. But the morons, the Spaceballs reference of Barf.
Yeah.
Barf is a Mog.
Yes, he's a
man
Mog.
And dog.
He's his own best friend. Come on.
Tony's a tiger, Togi. Tony's a tiger. They have one of those, and his name was Big Dog. And I saw him in all the commercials. I think they've had like stuff about him and almost a documentary about it. Like a great fan wearing the dog mask, a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
That is Barf. Y'all are trying to make Tony barf and make fun of it. Oh, haha. You have Barf. Barf is yours. And I'm not talking about the lake. Barf is yours. Anyway.
So I got to put this up there, and I'm trying to figure out who Zach is or David is talking about. Is he mean Goodberry? Who's Casual Berry? You know who?
I don't know what we want. Like we want to drag him or
no? He wants to get on the show.
Oh, okay. Casual Berry, Goodberry.
I think he means good. I don't know. He's
got to mean Goodberry.
You got to be Goodberry. I've had Goodberry on here,
and I'll tell you what. Anyone that knows me and has seen some of my tweets has seen some of my displeasure with Goodberry stuff in the past, and I think I've said it on this show before.
Yep.
But the night before the Jaguars game, actually got to meet Joe, and Joe was the nicest, most humble, pleasant dude to talk to. And I think the problem is we're too much alike. He's very intelligent. He's very hardworking. He does like to win. He's got his way and his vision, but the path is the same, the Lombardi. That's what he wants.
Exactly.
He wants that for the Bengals, and I appreciate that. And man, I mean, we apologize to each other for some of the mistaken stuff. I don't get that. I've had people and miscommunication before on Twitter, and people say one thing and then lie behind my back and whatever and do stuff for clout. He was as genuine a human being as I've ever met in my entire life. I will forever be a Joe Goodberry fan. I get him now. He's gonna be snarky. He is smart. Some of that snark hurts. It cuts deep. I'm gonna ignore some of that stuff if it, there's no, because he's gonna do what he's gonna do. Besides, he's got 50,000 followers. It'll drag me. I'm scared of him. No,
he's got way more than all of us combined.
Yeah, he's a great dude. I can't be on any Goodberry slander.
One thing I always say to this is what I always tell my wife. I was like, and Twitter it's like text. Just because the way you write something doesn't exactly always mean that's the way somebody's going to read it, the way you wrote it. So that's where I'm always like,
that's why I apply emojis like a teenage girl.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have the emoji game. I'm just I have a hard enough time spelling.
wait.
We know. Yeah.
We
There
try?
you go. Yeah.
Can we delete this? Can we cut this out of the YouTube?
No, this is staying all in. This is gold, man. This is gold, Cap.
Oh,
gold,
I need a bye week.
Yeah, we all do.
Hey, you got one next week, brother.
Oh, it's gonna be good. What are y'all doing?
Oh,
What next week?
Yeah, what do you do for the bye week? Joe Burrow's watching football and chilling. What are you guys doing?
I'm watching football and chilling, just not watching the Bengals.
Yeah,
I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be sitting down here in Ice Cave watching. I love the red zone. It's actually kind of fun when the Bengals don't play.
Scott Hansen.
Because
Scott,
yes,
I love it.
I'll watch the red zone the whole time. I won't change it. I'll just keep it on there and keep it on there the entire time.
I'm just gonna watch the Bengals, and I'm probably gonna be writing a new article for my new cover here. I am officially gonna be writing for Stripe Hype, which I'm pretty excited about. Which is pretty cool.
Oh, thank
Brand
God! I hate them.
You hate it?
Stripe Hype can sit and spin multiple times. Their writers are absolutely not all of them. There's one or two that have been absolutely hot garbage. You are going to instantly class up the joint because the one writer, I don't even think she did any research to any of the articles she did. I mean, it was just an absolute joke. And then she admitted in her bio she writes for all these other teams. It's like, all right, pick one, get to know them. Okay, you want to develop a portfolio of hard-hitting articles based on fact. You don't want to put a portfolio out there of a bunch of clickbait crap with no facts or truth involved, where everybody hates you and cancels their subscriptions.
So, Josh, do your research.
I got.
Oh, he already does. I know. I mean, here's a dude that's already had his podcast, and he's already done that. He knows what it's like. He knows the work that's entailed, and we can be critical without being ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody realizes that.
Oh yeah.
So good.
Well, not everyone wants to take
I
the
might
time
actually
to
refollow them because you're going to be on board. Thank goodness.
Thank you, Cap.
They
Thank
finally
you. I
got
appreciate
somebody talented.
Hey,
All
I
right.
appreciate you, Cap.
I'm trying to bring this in from Crypt Keeper here. He said, "Hey guys, I hate to bring up some bad mojo, but what's it going to take for you, Iceman and Cap and Josh, for Zach Taylor to be let go 2 or 3 or blowouts at home, or only one more win this year?"
Good question.
Cap, you want to go first, or I got plenty behind you.
If you insist.
Take another drink there first, Cap, and then
You
go.
want another sip there, Cap?
All right, let's go.
Cap, you take your sip.
Cap's ready to roll now.
I would say.
I saw Crypt say he wanted Zach fired earlier.
He's been saying it for 2 years.
I disagree, Crypt. I love you. You've given me love on the show. I appreciate you. But there is a length of rope. They know what that length is in the front office. I promise you. I can't tell you enough that last year, the Taylor family did not know if they were returning. I was heartbroken. Again, I'm not going to get into why I know this, but it's such a great family, amazing family. Zach is such a great dude. And again, just like Marvin Lewis, he knows a ton about football. He's going to win a Super Bowl someday somewhere. And I hope it's in Cincinnati. I truly do believe that. Now, if the players don't execute, Marvin Lewis in film study with us talked about it all the time. It's like I tweeted it out. Sometimes you got to expect grown men to be grown men.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can do everything you can, but if you're not that coach, like what are you going to do? You're going to make them do push-ups afterward. You're going to punish them. You're going to start cracking the whip and
put them in the corner.
Yeah, you're going to people talk about, well, do they want a player's coach or do they want a disciplinarian? Marvin Lewis was not a disciplinarian. So he had limits to what he could actually do. And he expected them like, well, all right, you've done it this many times in practice. You have screwed it up in game this many times. I can only lead you to water. If you are not going to execute in game, That's on you.
I mean, Zach and Lou are not the ones out there missing tackles. I mean,
No,
they're not.
Now, Lou. There was some very good analysis on Lou and the strategy in the Jets game and why we didn't adapt sooner. And I get that, and it makes me worry. I don't see that. I see a lot of people talking about Zach and the offensive play calling. There weren't many problems Sunday. There really weren't. It was 100% execution. Here's the issue. I'll use the execution excuse. It only goes so far.
Mm-hmm.
If I say execution against the Raiders, if I say execution against the Steelers, that seat's getting hot.
Yep.
If I say execution 2 more times in a row, I don't think front office puts up with it, even if it's not his fault. Now, obviously, if he starts running on 2nd and long and 3rd and long every single time here on out, it's him. It's not execution. He's going to go. I don't think any of that. I don't think we have to worry about that. I think they're going to right the ship. I think execution is going to improve. I think the players are going to get it right. They're going to band together. They're going to have a players-only meeting, and we're going to beat the Raiders. I really believe that.
Yeah, and Cap, I mean, you really did touch on it a lot with the execution. I think for me, just looking at if Zach Taylor is going to be fired or not, is going to be progression, and that's kind of where we saw at the beginning of the year too. Are we going to see progression from last year to this year? We've already saw progression in wins. Now, where's the progression going to be after this team has hit adversity? You just lost 2 games. 2 of them are in the AFC. One of them is in the AFC North. You're hitting a very, very crucial bye week. You come back against another team in the AFC. And you don't know with the Raiders. I mean, they are a very strange team this year. There's a lot going on, but they can still find a way to slip into the playoffs. 7 teams are making the playoffs. So, I mean, they can still slip in. So you got to look at progression for the rest of the year. Does this team fold? Does this team band together? You talked about it. The culture is there. We're watching this culture. I mean, when CJ spoke after at the press conference after the game on Sunday, he pretty much talked about it. There was a lot of finger pointing, but the finger pointing was right at at themselves. And everybody was talking about how I could do better, how I can do better, how I can do better. So the culture is there. I think the locker room is there. I think where it's going to come from, again, it's execution. It's going to be play calling, and it's going to be, can they respond to adversity?
And that guy right there, as mad as he was seeing
he was pissed.
Burrow get hit, I never saw this from Lewis.
No.
And dude, I saw him. We were all like, get him, Zach.
Yeah. I like that. And that there's so many things I like about Zach. And I mean, Brandon here says anything less than 8 or 9 is unacceptable. I think we're going to win more than that, to be honest. I still believe that.
At the beginning of the year, we were all calling for an average of 7 wins this year. Let's also remember that. Think about expectation. Again, it's all about the reset of the expectations. Yeah. It's like the Bearcats. It's like you keep moving the goalposts back and forth. So, I mean, why are we doing the same thing with Zach Taylor when we're actually
So
people who hate Zach will move the goalpost to justify their hate for Zach. You know what? I'm going to be consistent. I think most of the fans are consistent. The hateful ones are just louder. But I think we'll all be consistent. And Crypt, I'm not saying you're hateful. No, not at all. I've seen the comments. You've been respectful.
Crypt
have that opinion.
He's a Bengals fan. He just wants to. He's a huge Darren Simmons fan.
It's all being critical. It's all just critical.
Yeah, Crip wants Darren Simmons as the head coach. He's been telling me that for the last 2.5 years. I've been doing the show. That's who he thinks. I think Darren Simmons is a great special team coach, and he could be a good head coach someday.
Off air, I got some stories for you guys. Off air.
All right, we gotta go.
Right.
I'm just
kidding. No.
But yeah, I like I said, the 2.5 years I've been doing this, I'm with Zach Taylor. I think he's like everything pretty much you guys said. The culture and the way he's changing and the way the players, the players, they don't just like him, they love him. They got his back. And to me, if your players got your back, why the hell don't the fans? All right, I'm like, why is as soon as something goes wrong, we got to fire Zach Taylor? I was like, why? Well, that's not a winning culture. I mean. Zach would have to lose, like Natty said in the chat crew here. He'd have to lose almost every freaking game for the rest of the year. I think to lose or to get fired. Just my opinion.
Hey Samuel, I got a hey Cap. I got to say hey Samuel.
There you go. He says hey.
Always a hey Cap. It's never a
I know what. There's no
except for Blackthorn. Blackthorn's my dude.
Somebody say hi to Josh. Josh is feeling a little left out.
Blackthorn is my dude. That dude always says hello to me.
Sam says he's got Joey B's back too.
Oh yeah, we all do.
Cincinnati. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dude. Seriously, I can't wait because he's gonna watch football. You know what else?
Mhm.
It's not just gonna be he's gonna flip on CBS. He's gonna watch his own tape. I guarantee it.
Exactly.
Yep.
We get the Natty's here. He said, as fans, we need to get our feelings and look at things objectively.
Good luck.
Yeah,
hey, Natty, you figure out how to do that. Let me know, and we'll write a book together. I'll help you publish it. We'll make a lot of money.
There you go.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Dean.
Dustin Croft got me a $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that.
Hey, all right, Dustin. How about
We got you got to get a bell you can ring for that.
Ding!
Like at the bar.
That's smart.
I should come up with that.
Hello, Jacob. Hi, Dan. What's going on?
Let's see. Are you confident that we have the right organizational philosophy for the roster building? The team that consistently wins in the trenches.
I would say
Gosh.
I would say this. I would say that this front office in the past 2 years has done something that we haven't seen them do in the past 2 decades, and that's go right after free agency. I mean, we've had some of our greatest signings. I mean, and again, like you got to look at what they tried to do. I mean, they brought in Trey Hendrickson. They did something right before the draft, and they traded Billy Price, someone that wasn't going to do anything, for BJ Hill, who's been a really, really nice addition. You got Chidobe Awuzie, who has been, I mean, minus probably the past 2 games, has been really, really consistent. I mean, if you want to take a look, what's up, Crypt Keeper? I know I do. I've been taking Ricola like all day. It's been bad. But anyway, so I think they do. And also on top of that, $200 million. I mean, Dean pretty much put it perfectly. So I think they do. And they've been doing a lot of things with fan engagement too, as well. I mean, adding the stripe hype, what up? Don't mean to toot my own horn here. What's up, Jacob? But I mean, they've just been doing a lot, and they've been doing a really good job of it. I think they do. So personally, I do.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Right.
I like you said, the defense. You see what the philosophy's been is they're going to spend the money on free agency and defense, and they're going to do the draft through the offense. And yes, for the most part, I think it's worked out well. And the thing is, and it wasn't that long ago.
What's up, Robert?
On our show here, I saw about how the PFF grade between Tooney and Quentin Spain. Quentin Spain graded out higher than Tooney did. So I mean, yes, I'm okay with it. Yeah, of course, I'd like them to do a little better on the offensive line, but I just still think these guys are in the right position, and I really do. I know everybody's all on Adeniji. I really like Jackson Carman. I think this offensive line has played better when Jackson Carman has been in the lineup. It just seems like it's better. So I think Jackson Carman has a bigger ceiling than Adeniji does. I think Adeniji could be another guard, if Quentin Spain moves on, or it could be a tackle if Riley Reef moves on. I think there's other places he can go, but I think Jackson Carman is your guard. So yes, I like it. And there's so many holes when Zach, that's what everybody's got to remember. When Zach took over, there were so many holes on this team that they've missed on multiple drafts. Up until the last 2 years, they've hit on everybody, but the drafts before that, they had missed on a lot of them. So there was a lot to fix here. There's more to fix here for Zach Taylor than there was when Marvin Lewis got here. I'll just say that. I've said that a couple of times. That team was more ready to win when Marvin Lewis got here than when Zach got here. So there was a lot to fix. I like the way the direction we're heading.
Yeah. When I looked at it, everybody wanted to go offensive line early, and when you look at how they were at the end of 2019, there was improvement in the line. Even though everybody pretty much didn't like Turner, we saw improvement late. So I'm like, okay, great. We're seeing improvement. We're going to get Jonah back. Pick up somebody in the draft maybe, but we don't have to go all in. That didn't work. That the line regressed. It didn't start where it left off. It basically started where it was before and kind of fell off a cliff. Mm-hmm. And still mid-year, like right around the unfortunate Washington game, they were playing pretty well. Pressures were low or down quite a bit.
Yeah, they started making a turn.
So their strategy was, okay, heavy linebacker, let's get them taken care of, then go offensive line. They unfortunately, or depending on what you wanted, they were in a position to draft Jamar Chase. I still think it's the best choice.
Absolutely.
And they went offensive lineman second round. Now, there's not going to be another Jamar Chase situation. There's not going to be a running back situation. There's not going to be another skilled player situation in this next first round. If hopefully they go best player available, but I could see it being offensive line. I could see him going and making sure they move that maybe 15th, 16th ranked line, trying to get that at the top 10 to maximize that offense. So I do think they've got the path, they've got the vision. They made adjustments based on the players that they saw and the team that they saw. It didn't necessarily pan out the way it looked like on paper or the previous season, but they had a plan, and it was a good plan, and I can see why they chose the route they chose. So they're not ignoring the trenches, but I trust them. I absolutely, because I see the vision. I absolutely see the vision.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now. Super chatter for
Appreciate
that. Ding, 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 ding. All right, he says Zach Taylor came in to make a winning franchise, not just a winning team, and that takes time and patience.
Good point.
This point is where his vision either sinks or swims. Fans must be players without pads. But yeah, I mean, I agree with him, and I think, and that's what he's talked about over and over again about a culture and getting the right people in the building and all that stuff. And I still think he's going in that right direction. And again, I keep saying this over and over again. This is a young team. We got a lot of guys we are relying on are first, second year players. Except for Joe Mixon. I mean, is your offensive skill and Tyler Boyd, your offensive skill guys are first or second year players. Even your offensive line is pretty. I mean, Jonah Williams is only in his third year as your offensive line. You got Jackson Carman, even Adeniji yesterday. He's in the second year. I mean, you got Riley Reef that's there, but there's a lot of young guys on this team. It just
was out last year.
Yeah, and they just got to learn how to win, and they're going to make mistakes. It's how they come back from them is what is going to make the difference in this team. And like Zach said, he said in his press conference, we're going to be a different team coming out of this bye, and I agree with him.
That's going to prove a lot, to say that, to put that comment on air and tape, and everybody heard it. If they come out flat against the Raiders, it's going to be rough sledding for Taylor. But I really do. I think he's going to get it fixed, and we're going to see a different team, like you said. And then he deserves all the credit he's going to get.
Hey, Cap, apparently you're on CBS's pregame before the Bengals game.
Yeah, I was talking to the wife. I did not know that. I think I saw a couple comments, but nobody. Hey, we appreciate screenshots and video.
Yeah, we don't know if we're on or not.
I'm not saying anybody needs to take time out of their day or something.
No,
but
that's cool.
I feel like they kind of laugh. It's like, well, they're on every time, and nobody cares. But seriously, I still think that's the coolest. I'm a kid at heart. I still think that's the coolest thing in the world. Every time I see it, like, oh man.
Yeah, when I've gotten on, people screenshot it or whatever, text me, I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like, hey.
Oh yeah.
So I always like it. But
it's fun.
Josh, we have a very serious question here for you. Era wants to know, can you do the Monday Night Football intro real quick?
Okay, I'll be honest. I'm kind of blanking. Like, do you want me to do the Chris Collinsworth slide-in where I'm just kind of like, hey, here's a guy right over here, like one of those? You want me to be Al Michaels? I'll be honest. Like, I'm blanking, like of what I said. But I'll do the slide-in.
Maybe he wants to go, are you ready for the football?
Are you ready for some football?
I'm dating myself.
Monday Night Football. That was pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Dean says what? He says, I sent you a shot ice of Cap. Oh, you sent it to me? Where'd you send it to me at? I got lots of different places. I'll have to check it out after the show.
Yeah, did you send it to Ice's OnlyFans?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that. All All right, guys, it's about 6:34. You guys got anything else you want to say before we get on out of here?
Hey, I appreciate the bye week coming, and
think
I'm
we all need it.
gonna take some time. Everybody, rest, refresh. Don't log on to Twitter every single day. Like, take a day off, kick back, relax, reset. We need this. I mean, our expectations are higher, and that's raised anxiety. If players are going to take some vacations and enjoy it, you all do too. Guys and gals, have some fun.
Exactly.
And who
Josh, what you got?
Yeah, just there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It sucks right now because we just went 0-2 out of the last two. It sucks right now, but we're 5-4. We have a chance to go 7-1. If we go 7-1 in the AFC North, we win the AFC North. That's it. We play the Steelers at home. We play Baltimore at home, and then we can go get a revenge game in Cleveland. We'll be fine. I'm
Josh.
really not worried about it. Go watch the Bearcats this weekend. Go Bearcats.
Absolutely. And I got Bearcats basketball tomorrow night, so I can't wait to watch
Yeah.
that.
Oh, I'm going Saturday. I'm so hyped.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, now you have homework here. Arrow says I'm talking about the narrator. Listen to him tonight. So that's what you have to listen to, okay?
Will do.
All right, guys.
Will do, Orange. Love you, brother.
I appreciate you guys. Hooday.
All right, hooday.
Hooday. See ya.
All righty. I hope you guys like that. I always love having my boy Cap on. He comes on with me every single Monday or whenever the Bengals play or the day after. So I appreciate him taking the time out to do that. And Josh jumping on was awesome too as well. We had some a little bit of Bearcat talk, but most of the chat is usually always turns toward the Bengals. Tomorrow's show, actually, we can do some Bearcat talk. I will have Jeff Carr from Locked on Reds, but he's also a writer for allbearcats.com. So we can discuss the Reds and the Bearcats tomorrow and what in the world the Reds are doing. And tomorrow night, hopefully, we'll be talking about the Bearcats. Well, my show will be on before this, but the rankings of maybe the Bearcats will be in the top 4. I tend to doubt it, but we'll see. I mean, the thing is with the Bearcats, and I'll just say this real quick. To get to where the national media would give them credit, and I'm not taking credit for this. Mo Egger said this, and I think it's perfectly well put. The Bearcats have to play perfect in every scheme, every situation imaginable. They have to be perfect. They are held to a higher standard than Alabama is. I'm sorry, Alabama damn near lost to LSU Saturday night. You know what? Alabama's going to be number 2 again. We had a nail biter against Tulsa. They're probably going to drop us. I'm expecting them to drop us. And it's bullcrap. But that's where I'll leave that right there because we will discuss more of it tomorrow with Jeff Carr. But right now, I thank the Facebook groups that let me live stream, and I appreciate every single one of them. Excuse me. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Bearcat Country, Cincinnati Reds riding third, heading for home, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar. And they follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow me on all those. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Turnipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I'll be pulling off the sound later on tonight, put it on the podcast. It's on Google Play, BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. I don't think I'm on iHeart yet. Maybe they'll pick me up. I don't know. Please make sure you download it, rate it, like it, review it, and give me a 5-star review. Leave a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. I would greatly appreciate it. YouTubers, we're at 1,414 subscribers. That is awesome. As also, I appreciate every single one of you guys. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the time the Super Bowl rolls around. When I say when the Bengals are in the Super Bowl, I still say that. I'm kind of saying it tongue-in-cheek, but I do still think the Bengals are going to go to the playoffs. Bengals Nation, Houday Nation, take a breath. We lost 2 games. Didn't look good in yesterday's game. It happens. They're a young team. Stick with them. Don't jump off the boat yet. Like I said, if you were here with us when we were winning, you better be here with us when we've lost 2 in a row because it's going to change. and hopefully starting after the bye week. But other than that, as my boy Jeremy D likes to say, remember one thing and one thing only. Thank God. You don't live in Cleveland. You live in Cincinnati. So act like it. Who dey? And as always, that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Let's go. Stripes, 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 stripes. Yeah. Stripes, stripes, stripes. Yeah. Stripes, stripes, stripes. Yeah. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite and stripes. Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers strike the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin' who they, time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Who they in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the pounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise and in the jungle we unite and dripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who got 'em, who like it on? Stripes. Now who